Both begin laughing loudly as Ethan retracts from the conversation. Slumping back into his chair, Ethan spins to the left to look into the window behind. He runs his fingers through his hair, moulding it back into a respectable fashion. Catching his eye in the back of the reflection are two women. Ethan turns and looks inquisitively at the two women. His eyes narrow and his ears prick as he watches on. The first woman is sitting with her young daughter, blatantly ignoring her while switching between grooming her long blonde hair, pulling out a silver pocket mirror and adjusting the fake tan on her face to further deepen the shade of orange. When she is finished, she pulls her iPhone 6 out of the pocket of her jeans, wiping it on her shirt and reading her non-existent text messages. The other of the women is quite clearly heavily pregnant, yet is still rolling a cigarette between her yellow-stained fingers and then wiping the excess saliva onto her black jeans and adjusting her sleeveless denim jacket to cover the burn hole in her white t-shirt with the words "Future World's Best Mum" sprawled across it. Ethan shakes his head disapprovingly.
Interior dungeon evening. Laurel continues to drag Ivy by her hair down a set of pale white stone steps until they reach the castle dungeons. Pitch blackness drowns the surroundings. All that can be seen are the faint orange glows of lit torches that reside deeper within the dungeons. Two guards who are dressed in navy and silver armour march down another passage carrying lit torches, ridding their journey of shadows for a single moment with every step they take. Laurel turns the corner and rushes towards them before she viciously grabs a torch from one of them and holds it out in front of her. The guards stop for a moment, bow their heads to Laurel as she rushes past them. They continue to navigate their way through the undergrounds of the castle, gazing at each other for a moment and then releasing a heavy sigh of despair. Ivy tries to hit and scratch Laurel's hand that has hold of her hair as she shakes with sobs. Laurel locates a free space behind the rusting metal bars, throws a weeping Ivy to the hard stone cold floor and locks the bars before leaving her there for the night. Ivy places her hands on her throbbing head and winces in pain before laying down on the stone ground, her cries and screams becoming more intense and hysterical.
Several seconds pass, and an ominous hiss sounds in the distance, causing the explorer to look up. He quickly pulls out his knife from its sheath, holding it at the ready. He looks around the clearing. Dark, sickly green patches of moss cling to the many rocks around his feet. Another scuttle causes him to turn again. After several tense seconds, the explorer turns back around to the way he was originally facing. As he turns, he comes face to face with one of the creatures who lunges. The explorer manages to dodge by tripping on a stone, landing on his back as the creature swipes, misses. The explorer backpedals furiously until he comes up against a rock wall. His hands shake in fear, gripping his knife lamely in front of him. The creature stalks forward and bats the knife out of his hand, leaning in close. The deep red glow within its mouth grows in intensity, as does the guttural growl. Thick strands of saliva stretch from its teeth, dripping on the explorer's chest. The explorer whimpers weakly, his eyes scrunched up in fear. Explorer whispers, "Please, no."